Hello and welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining me here today. We're at the end of March. The weather has been glorious in March. However, it's been a bit dry. To say a bit is an understatement. It's been incredibly dry. And today we've got a really strong drying wind. We're desperate for rain. I wasn't saying that this time last year. Anyway, we're going to really get on today with lots of prepping and planting up for the growing season ahead. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. Hold on to my hat. So this is the area, I created this bed recently. All I did was I put cardboard down, then I put a layer of grass clippings, and then I put a layer of leaf litter. It's a leaf mould, it's not fully rotted down, but I'm okay with that. I then put another layer of grass clippings on, and as we get more through the season, that will keep building up, plus a little bit of compost, and that's it. And I'm going to grow potatoes in this whole bed. Now, all I'm going to do, I've got my potatoes here that I've been chitting, and all I'm going to do, I've got a bag of compost. Right. So these are Charlottes, these potatoes. So they're a first early, they're a gorgeous potato. And I'm just peeling back the layer of, just peeling back a sort of hole, popping it in. And then I'm just going to put a handful of compost on the top, just a small bit. And then as the season goes, I will top it up with grass clippings and other things just to earth it up. But that's pretty much it. It's so simple. So I'm going to use my trowel to space out between and dig another small hole. Pop it in, grab a handful of compost, and that's more as well to see where I am, to be honest, as well, so that I'm not one for measuring and doing lots of straight rows or anything like that. Gosh, this wind is so strong. I don't recall it being forecast today. To think I wanted to live in a windy place. Oh dear. Okay, so I've got 21 Charlottes planted in this section, and it's about 1 metre by 3 metres, that section. Right, let's get out of this wind. So just in the polytunnel, I've got some winter density lettuce here. That's doing quite well. And then I had some Swiss chard that just sat here and sulked all winter long, and that's just got going again, so I'm really pleased with that. Now at the back there I've got 2 sprouting broccoli plants that I got in really late, and they didn't do anything. Now I'm going to leave them in and just see what happens. It may be that they just give me a late crop in sort of, I don't know, June, July time, just completely off season, or they may keep going until next year. I really don't know. But I thought I'm just going to leave them in and see what happens, because they're really starting to perk up. And just at the forefront here, I've got some rocket coming on here. We've had some really chilly nights, so it's taken a little bit of time for things to get going. But once they do, they seem pretty good. We are now in seed shuffle time, of things going in and out, in and out. So in here I have got some broccoli and I think it's cabbage. Do you know, I can't even remember. What is it? Cabbage and, is it cabbage? Cabbage, two types of, right. So I've got two types of cabbage and some broccoli there. I've got some lettuces there. They're called Blonde de Paris, I think. What have we got around here? Got some beetroot and some more lettuces. I've got loads of things in the other greenhouse. It's come in the polytunnel for more. I've got some calendula there and some snapdragons, sweet peas, cornflowers, and they're definitely cornflowers. Cerinthe, and up here I've got some, what are these, echinops. Where's all my other plants? They must be in the other greenhouse. Now, so let's walk to the greenhouse, holding on to my hat. So I'm growing lots and lots of plants. It might seem like more than I need, and it is, because I do a charity event each year at my place of work. And I do a plant and bake sale, and that's in about a month's time. So I'm frantically trying to make sure I've got enough plants for that. So we're just in the greenhouse at the moment. So we've got even more in here. I just pricked out a load more cabbages yesterday. I've got peas down here. I've got some more lettuces. They're brown Bath. Some Welsh onions down there. Some celery up here. There's more beetroot in the far distance. It's a bit of a mess in here. I need to tidy it up. And then down here I've got some plants for it. I've got some geraniums. What are they? What are they called? I want to say that they are rudbeckias, but the leaves look different. I'm sure they're rudbeckias. And then I took loads of cut-ins the other day of gooseberries, white currants, blueberries, black currants, you name it. So I'm going to plant the garlic just here. I planted some garlic in this section the other day. This was the supermarket garlic. I've just cleared some of these turnips. They're all going to seed. So I'm just going to plant these ones next to it. Let's have a look at these. So I'll just break it all up into the cloves. And I'm going to plonk it in. I think it's all about this year. It's really important just to get things in the ground, not sort of overthink it too much. And I'm just pushing them into the ground. I will top up with a little bit of compost just because I don't want to exhaust the soil. I will feed it with, lost where I am. I'm going to feed it with some of the worm liquid, and I'm going to make a comfrey tea. That's one garlic clove done. I need to just harvest the last of the turnips from here to plant the other lot. So these turnips didn't do too well. Just pop those there. Oh, the camera fell down. Oh, the wind is causing such havoc today. So there we go. Under there I've got all the garlic now. So this whole section here is garlic. Not loads, but hopefully enough. I think I've got some onions and shallots to plant. I'm just trying to work out where to do it. So I'm going to do it next to where I've got some onions planted previously, and they're doing really well. So I think I'm going to stick these next to them. They look all right to me. There's a few weeds in here. Onions don't really like weeds, but I'm not getting too fussed about it. I can come and do a weed at some point. And again, I'm just pushing them into the soil. Some of these ones are a little bit small, so maybe that's why they were cheap. In fact, a lot smaller than I would expect of an onion set. Really, you want them, where are we, about this size, but some of them, if you look at the sizes, some of them are teeny. But we'll see what happens. Right, I want to talk about something that has really got me a bit cross recently. Now, I bought some fleece, I think it was last year. Here it is. Oh my goodness, it's awful stuff. It wasn't that expensive, and I should have realised, I've said this before, you do get what you pay for generally. Have a look at this. Just look, it just rips and tears into tiny pieces. Look at this. It's awful stuff. Look. Now, I don't want this all over my garden. I don't want these shreds going everywhere. And I think it just pays to just spend a little bit more probably on things like this. I'm going to use it this year where just in the polytunnel at night time, where it's not going to end up all over the garden. I can sort of keep it controlled. But after that, I am going to get rid of it. It's awful stuff. Invest in some decent stuff. If any of you have got any good ideas or good recommendations for fleece that isn't going to fall apart like that, I'd really love to know, because I find it a bit overwhelming sometimes. There's so many different choices out there. So, and I want to invest in something that's just going to last me for the next, I don't know, 10 years or so, 20, even 20 maybe. So yeah, I would really appreciate your comments down below. Talking of comments down below, if you happen to like this video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't done so, I would love it if you'd subscribe and join us here on the Homestead. It really does help the channel to grow. So... Right, so I've come into the greenhouse now to sort out the parsley. I'm just trying to find a pot for it. I'll be back. Got a load. Right. So I need to get some compost. Oh, I've just found a load of pots. Oh dear. Right, so, oops, let's get some compost. So I've got myself some compost. So let's get a couple of these with some compost in them. Right. Now, here's my parsley. Let's tip it upside down. So if you can see, there's all those roots. Just move you down a bit so you can see. So what I'm going to do is start to break it apart very carefully. As you can see here, this one's a little bit more root bound than they normally are. That one wasn't so great. Let's try again. So what we're trying to do is just gently tease them apart so that you get a decent amount of the root ball I have to say they are a bit more entwined than normal. That is something I'm finding with a lot of plants these days. They seem to be a lot more pot bound. All right, here we go. So it's got a lovely root. I'm going to stick it in there and make sure I water it in. And I'm just going to keep on going. Here's another one. Pop it in. In fact, is that two? There we go. So there they all are. I've got 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. I've got about 25 plants there. They look a bit sickly at the moment, but they will perk up. So would you believe it? The day I decide to go and get some parsley plants, because I thought my parsley wasn't germinating, there are some teeny tiny ones just coming through. Right, let's have a look at the rhubarb. So I've been forcing this. I usually just do one each year. Let's have a look and see what we have. Well, that looks pretty good. I did spot a snail in here the other day, but it doesn't seem to have done too much. So let's harvest some of this. Oh, they feel so gorgeous and tender. I think we're going to have a rhubarb crumble tonight. Let's get one more, maybe two more. So I'm just going to grab one of these ones just to kind of demonstrate the difference. So look at this, it's sort of quite red and tough, and these are really pink and juicy. So, oops. So I'm just going to pop those down there. Thank you once again for joining me here on the homestead. I'm going to get planting these lettuces, and until next time, bye.